All right, welcome back to the Fusion Hub. I am still Chris Mayfield, and I'm still the host, unless the FCC decides differently, of the Fusion Hub, where we mix community, business, and nonprofit world all together in one big ugly mess, and then try and straighten it out one little bit at a time. To my amazement, the good folks at SOAR 365 or 365, depending on how you want to say it, actually decided to wait through the commercials, and they are still here with us, and that is good news. We love SOAR 365 and the work they're doing for us right here inside of Richmond. And Chris Martin is still with us, and he and SOAR 365 and Leo have brought a guest. So Chris, why don't you take the opportunity to talk about your guests shamelessly and introduce them.
Thank you, Chris. Krissy Keener has now joined us. She is from Brandito. She is the Chief Operating Officer there. And I just wanted to share a little bit about this little story, because like so many businesses, Krissy reached out to us about a year ago and was, we were coming out of the pandemic a little bit, and, like so many businesses, they needed employees. And there are a lot of great businesses out there, and Brandito is definitely one of them, that really wanted to work with people with disabilities. They had seen us, either our website or I'll let her tell that story. But once she reached out to us, I went there to do a presentation, and I will say that this relationship was born. So we've been, together ever since. So I'm going to turn it over to Krissy and let her talk about who she is and how we all kind of came together.
Yeah, thanks so much, Chris. I appreciate it. Honored to be here. What Chris said is exactly right. We reached out and wanted to employ people or a person with disabilities. And so he came in and kind of interviewed us, which was wonderful. We learned about the organization. We learned about different possibilities and positions that we could hire. And then the relationship began. I think what's amazing is that they kind of do their due diligence in vetting a company that's going to be supportive and that's going to create an environment in which a person with disabilities can thrive. And so he came in here, he saw our shop. We went to their facility and met some of the people over there, which has been amazing. Obviously, working with Leo has been fantastic. And then we kind of started the candidate process. And what that looks like is talking with Chris first, talking about what the position could possibly be that candidate would be qualified for, and then having them come in, and then we kind of go from there. We always try to be supportive in that we explain the environment, we show the environment in which this candidate is going to be working. And then if that looks to be like it's going to be a good fit, then we can kind of start the interview process from there. But we always wanted to have a first look so that they felt supported going into whatever an interview might look like.
That's an interesting perspective that they interviewed you. And
I don't know if interview us is the right word, but but them doing their due diligence to make sure that when they place a candidate, that they know for sure that the company is going to be supportive and is going to create an environment in which somebody can thrive was I think the intention. And then it was also an opportunity for us to learn about their organization and how we can partner, and it has paid dividends for us. So
Krissy, there are many, let's just use the word many. There are many placement firms, temp firms. There's so many places you can get employees, right? So you can get somebody with the skills to perform the function that you need done. Why SOAR 365?
It was a goal for us to be an inclusive employer. And so when we started kind of thinking about different roles. Our company has grown significantly over the past several years, and with that comes new roles within our organization. Our warehouse specifically has grown in 7 years from, I think, 3,000 square feet to what we are now, which is 31,000 plus square feet. So with that comes the ability for growth and for headcount and for new jobs. And when we started thinking about different ways that we could find talent and recruit talent, this was an amazing opportunity for us to reach out to Chris and Leo and the team over at SOAR and find an opportunity there.
It's interesting what you just said. And as I mentioned before, I'm a organizational development and leadership coach. And one of the things that I always stress to my clients, and very few of them recognize it, which you clearly have before it is brought to their attention, is when we intentionally try to be inclusive and we include that in our strategic growth plan, we build better companies. Our companies become more diverse. We have diverse skills. We have diverse experiences and thoughts. And it sounds like you guys did that. You decided up front that as you grew, as part of that growth, you were going to become more inclusive. And that is so rare. And you guys deserve a huge attaboy, as huge as I can give you on ESPN radio. That is the largest attaboy I can do. That is amazing. I wish everyone considered being inclusive in their growth plan. Successful businesses grow through being inclusive and having diversity in their staff. So congratulations to you guys. And man, that is amazing. And that is an incredible foresight on your part. So
thank you so much.
You're very welcome. And just, since we're here and we have, about 17 minutes left, let's talk about what Brandito does, because you guys deserve the market share.
Oh, well, thank you. I'd love to talk about that. Perfect. Wonderful. So Brandito is a promotional products distributor. And we were founded 13 years ago now by our president and CEO, Michael Lovern, and primarily as a promotional products distributor. Over the past probably 7 years, we have truly expanded our services based on kind of client need and feedback, and that has grown to include our e-commerce stores, our fulfillment capabilities, and our creative services. So to your kudos, it truly starts at the top, and that's with Michael. I mean, the core values that he has founded, which are authenticity, service, and giving, is what we really pride ourselves on. And when we look to partner with local companies, or when we look to hire and make new hires, that's really what's at the backbone and what's at the forethought of what we're trying to accomplish. So it starts at the top with him, and the rest of the team has been absolute champions in being a part of this. We're all very aligned in how we operate and what we want to do. And so it's truly been an incredible company to be a part of. I started 7 years ago. We're 13 years old, and we're on an aggressive growth path, which has been amazing. And being partnered with SOAR 365 is a big part of that. So we feel very fortunate.
So, and I just want to make sure that everybody that is listening understands the products that you provide, promotional products. Give us a little bit of insight into and just break it down to the basic level. What is a promotional item, right?
Yeah, it is literally anything that you can put your logo on. It is the pen that you receive as a giveaway. It's the coffee mug that you're drinking out of that has some kind of decoration on it. It is the polo that you're wearing. When you go to Chick-fil-A and you see somebody with a Chick-fil-A polo on, there's a promotional products distributor that's supplying those. So literally anything that you can put your logo on, we are sourcing it for our clients. We aren't actually manufacturing it here. We have a network of thousands, but really a core group of probably 200 suppliers that we work very closely with. They are producing the product, and then we're sourcing it and shipping it either to our clients or to our warehouse for fulfillment capabilities.
Okay, now I have a crystal clear understanding of what you guys do. Thank you so much.
Sure.
And if you're listening, the reason I wanted to make this point over and over and over again is if you're listening and you own a business and you use promotional items. I use promotional items all the time as giveaways when I do seminars or when I do speeches, those kind of things. I use promotional items all the time. And if you use those and you want that spend, you want that money that you're going to spend on those promotional items to actually benefit your community. So in other words, you're not just giving it to somebody that is going to put it in your pocket, but you want to put it in their pocket, but you want to spend that money and be sure that at least a portion of that money is going to go to an organization who supports the community you live in. What can be more important than that? Knowing that your money that you're going to spend anyways is going to an organization, a business in your community that supports your community actively. And so if you use promotional items or you produce promotional items here locally, you owe it to yourself, you owe it to the community to connect with Brandito. And you know, I just cannot stress this enough. If we support businesses that are doing good things in our community, then the community wins. You win, your neighbors win, your kids win. Everybody wins when we support businesses that are doing good things. So Brandito, live it, dream it, order from them, buy from them, do whatever you can to support this business because they are supporting you. So I like to call it the self-licking ice cream cone. And so, you know, get your promotional items, Brandito. Do it today. Order now. All right. So maybe that was a little bit too shameless, Krissy, but. No,
I appreciate it. Thank you. I'll take it.
And Chris, I just wanted to mention that Brandito thought through the inclusion piece first. They really wanted, not the very first company, but thought through it first as far as they really wanted to look at hiring people with disabilities. So we started working with them just with that alone. And it was me who was kind of over there one day looking at their high quality of merchandise that kind of stated, you know, started talking to our communications and marketing team back here that we really should start doing our promotional things through them. And we have now to move to that as well. But it was due to their community commitment to us to hire people with disabilities. It was me just being over there going, wow, this is really good stuff. And so we've got t-shirts that we walk around with now that all of our store t-shirts come from them, very high quality t-shirts. I just wanted to mention that it's just my personal little shout out to Brandito, but I also wanted to be sure that everybody in your audience understood that they started with us first, wanting to hire people with disabilities. That's how our relationship started.
So Leo, you're kind of the account rep for Brandito. Is that what I heard?
Absolutely. I'm a rep Brandito wherever I go.
So Krissy, if you could talk about the process or you know, the way that you've interacted with 365 and what your business gets out of that.
Oh, sure. Would love to. So my interaction first started with Chris when we first started the partnership. Once we had identified candidates to start coming in, that's when Leo became involved because he is the boots on the ground with these candidates and with these employees. So once we had identified the candidates and they came in for a working interview, which Leo was there every step of the way, they started working for us. And what that training process looks like is Leo is literally an extension of Brandito and of these employees. So he is learning their roles alongside them. And so there is about a 6-week coaching period where our warehouse manager was alongside them very, very frequently, to the extent that she could be with other responsibilities that she had. In the event that she gets pulled away, Leo is there to fill in and is truly our partner and the employee's partner, and kind of coaching them, helping develop them if one of our employees or Charlotte was not available to help in that circumstance. So he has been and still is, because he still comes in there every step of the way. He has provided us feedback on our training, ways that we can improve training process and ways that we could potentially improve communication to better the process, not only for Dylan and Jeff, but for future candidates as well. So it's been absolutely wonderful working with Leo and having him as boots on the ground here.
Now, Leo, this is your opportunity to say more good stuff about Brandito, but I also would like to hear just from your perspective, when you're there and you're coaching and working with folks in their new role. What does that feel like for them, and what does that feel like for you when you've helped someone kind of achieve a dream, right, of full, meaningful employment and contributing to the success of Brandito and to the community?
Absolutely. It's empowering to be able to help facilitate that sort of meaning for a person. Brandito, when that authenticity piece in their mission is true, because just how present everyone is, how willing they are to receive information and then apply it is something that I haven't experienced with other businesses yet. I hope we can sort of copy this model with Brandito and start exporting it with other companies, because their ability to create a natural support system has enabled the two candidates to thrive in those positions. The level of accommodations, the willingness to allow for processing, it's created an atmosphere where the young people can be productive and have, a valuable stake in creating and helping kind of push Brandito's mission. And
for you, when you go home at the end of the day, I'm assuming your day ends at some point, what does that feel like for you, knowing that you are contributing not only to Brandito, not only SOAR 365, but the community, right? You are building a community.
Absolutely. I'm a natural optimist. So, when I enter these spaces, I'm trying to kind of just be positive, and so I take that with me. I take that just I'm happy. I want these young people to fulfill their meanings and just to exist without judgment, to exist with opportunity to be. And when I have an opportunity to interact with Brandito, I go home a little bit, just more optimistic about this sort of this business and what we're doing, this human service that we're providing. I feel empowered, and so I want to make sure that I'm portraying that with everybody, that everyone senses that, and so we can move forward. We can push these goals for these young people.
If I can jump in, am I able to jump in?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I just wanted to kind of add on a little bit there, just to give more kudos to SOAR 365 and to Chris and to Leo, because this is all possible because of the development work that Chris is doing to establish partnerships like us, and then because of the actual hands-on work that Leo is doing to develop these candidates. And I have witnessed firsthand their pride in finishing a task and their feeling of self-worth. And just for Brandito to be any small part of that has been an absolute honor and a source of pride for us. So I just thank you to SOAR 365 and the work that Leo and Chris are doing for making this all possible.
Well, you guys definitely have an amazing partnership going there, and I think we could all stand a little more partnership in our life, but we're coming to the lightning round here. So I'm going to ask you, all three of you, 2 questions, and we'll go Chris, Leo, and Krissy if in order. I like to play game shows sometimes. So 2 questions. Tell me one thing you want everyone to know about the folks that 365 serve, whether that is the individuals that are looking for employment or the companies that are looking for employees, and what gives you hope for the future.
So I think a lot of our people that we serve, they want to contribute. They want to be a part of the community. And I think the hope for the future is working more so with businesses like Brandito. I mean, like Leo says, it's been a wonderful partnership, and it's been very seamless. And I think if more businesses will open their doors to us, I can help develop and Leo can be the boots on the ground, like Krissy said.
Mhm.
Leo, you're up, man.
Sure. Just I would like to get out just how diverse the neurodiverse community is. I think there's no one kind of one thing, one disability. It's quite, it's quite wide, and so that's something that I would like to get out there. And just, yes, I'm hopeful for the future because businesses like Brandito have kind of set up the framework for to help us kind of now then communicate strategies with other employers. So I'm hopeful that other employers are listening and open the doors for opportunities for all people.
All right, Krissy, round it out there.
Okay, and Brandito just wants to continue to be a part of it. Our team and the people that we employ are all teamwork and are aligned with our core values, as I said. And my hope for the future is that we continue with that as our headcount grows, as our teams grow, that we can continue to employ people with disabilities and to continue this kind of awareness with our community.
So, as I guess as the host, I get the option of going last, and I will. So thank you very much. So I ask every guest that comes on the show what gives them hope for the future. And my answer almost never changes. And it's the fact that I have 52 shows a year, and I bring nonprofits on every one of them. So what that tells me is that there's a big, robust nonprofit community out there that is trying desperately to make an impact in the world. And that's encouraging to me. People aren't giving up. People are continuing to work hard to make our world a better place. And every time I come in contact with a nonprofit, guess what also comes with the nonprofit is the people that support them. And in a lot of cases, it's businesses that are invested in their community, invested in their people, and want the best, to build the best community that's possible. And that's not a perfect community. There are no perfect communities, but we're all pulling nonprofits and businesses. We're all pulling in the same direction to build a safe, inclusive, and diverse community right here in Richmond. And that is what gives me hope. And that's the reason I do this show every week. So if you're listening, check out Brandito for your promotional items, and definitely connect with SOAR 365 for all of your employment needs. Now, all may be an exaggeration, but I'll let them figure out what they can support and what they can't. So if you need employees, SOAR 365 should be your first stop. So with that, we'll sign off for the week, and we'll talk to you next Thursday right here, ESPN 106.1 on the FM dial. Everyone have a great week.